My name is Tyler. Welcome back to the channel. Today we are talking about Clover Health Investments because I think they have just started to short squeeze. And when I say just started, I mean just started short squeezing. They have a high short interest and are coming off some very positive news today. So we're going to talk all about it, everything you guys need to know. But first, all I ask in exchange for these videos is that you go down below, find the comment section, comment your opinion on this topic. Do you think this is going to short squeeze? Do you think it's a good company, bad company? What do you think about it? Let me know down below. I do respond to every single comment. So what happened with Clover Health Investments? They did have very good news, which we're going to get into after this, but let's just look at what happened with the stock price in Clover Health Investments. You can see they were actually down almost close to 3% at times today, and then at promptly 2:05 p.m. they started on a massive rally, ending the day up, if you include after hours, about 23%. So this is in itself a bit of a short squeeze, going from $7.14 to $9.05, up, like I said, 23%. That is very positive, and the news was very positive. But I just want to show you guys the last 3 months because it is quite compelling and begs the argument that Clover Health Investments is way oversold and undervalued at its current share price of $9.07, fluctuating quite a bit, but we are down 40.72% the past 3 months and basically hitting lower lows every time we sold off up until today, where we really bounced up on some strong volume that came in. You can see every candlestick is well into the 2 million volume range. Some are close to 3 million. This one's 3.34 million, 3 million. So yeah, a lot of positive bullish momentum in the stock price, but we're going to take a look at the news as well. If we come over here, it is fairly short and simple. Title of this is Clover Health participating in CMS risk sharing model, shares up 16%. And we're going to read this just real quick because it's so short and it'll totally make sense to you if you do not know the news already. Clover Health Investments is one of 53 direct contracting entities participating in a CMS initiative designed to encourage risk sharing and provide value-based care. Clover is taking part in the global and professional direct contracting GPDC model for the 2021 performance year, which began on April 1st. The company, which offers Medicare Advantage plans, operates in 10 states, and it says Clover shares are up 16% in afternoon trading. So I think this is good, one, because they get more exposure and they actually get recognized for a fairly small company like Clover Health Investments is compared to the whole healthcare industry. They're only worth $3.65 billion as far as market cap. So there's huge potential here to gain exposure and get additional contracts. Just to be very clear here, I'm looking at this as a trade perspective. Even though I like the company, I know quite a bit about it, and I think they're undervalued. I'm only looking at this as a trading mechanism at this point, something to make a trade on. I'm not looking at it as a long-term investment as far as how I'm sharing it to you guys. If you want to know more about the company, their margins, everything they do, I will make a video about that if you comment down below. But keep in mind, I'm not a financial advisor. I track my own growth as far as my investing journey. So that is what I am doing here. Hopefully you guys can get some insight into what I'm doing and it'll help you in your day-to-day trading. But that is the goal here. Not a financial advisor, so do your own research. We are over on fintel.com, and I will link all these different websites I use in the description so you guys can check out this information for yourselves. Now, the short volume ratio is at 28% for Clover Health Investments, updated yesterday, April 7th. So it is safe to say you could take off a couple percentage points of this short volume ratio because some of these guys probably got out today. That is why we're up over 23.5% as of right now. But nevertheless, anything over a 50% short interest can lead to a major short squeeze. Anything over 10% short interest can just lead to a little short squeeze. So we are somewhere in the middle. So depending how big this can go, we have sold off quite a bit. So I think we could be headed up to about the $15 mark. And we're going to get into some technical analysis right now that supports my claim. As far as the technical analysis, I am taking you guys all the way back to December 18th, 2020. I say that like it's been a long time. This has been nothing in the grand scope of your investment journey. But we're taking it back to when Clover Health Investments just started to run up on the announcement of the merger candidate, because this was a SPAC. It was around $10.56, December 17th actually, and then ran up to $17.45 about a week and a half later, so no time at all. And then between, mid-December to February 3rd, when we really started to sell off, we were in between $13 and $17 quite consistently, fluctuating back and forth on high volatility with low volume. So this tells me a lot of long-term investors probably bought in around the $15 mark. And what has been happening is ever since the top, the suits, the hedge funds have been shorting this down to the ground. So if we make a trend line, it is clear what has been happening. These are suits shorting this because at these valuations, why not own the company for the long term? But the suits are always looking to make quick profits. And essentially what short selling is I sell you shares right now at market value that I do not own and that I borrowed from somebody, and I agree to give those shares back to the person I borrowed at a later date. Hopefully if the stock goes down, that is where you make money. So these hedge funds, these suits have been making a killing on Clover Health, and once they have to buy back all these shares, we're going to go back to the price where most people bought the shares and where a justifiable valuation can be made, and that is around $15 a share. And it looks like the start of this short squeeze happened today because you can just see the volume. The volume is absolutely insane. If we take it to the 30 minutes, this is by far the biggest green volume we have ever had. Even through this first pop, all that, this trumps on anything, no pun intended, but trumps on everything that has happened since up until this point. So this does lead me to believe we should get a solid push up to about $15. Really, this is like where most average people that want to invest in this long term found a justifiable valuation around $15 a share. But on the short end, we could see a little bit of resistance around this $11.30 mark. That is where I would imagine we could consolidate out a little bit and then push up higher. That's usually what happens in a short squeeze. There's 2 rounds of it. Like what happened in GameStop, it all does not happen in one day. It can be a combination of different events happening, because essentially when you start to get short squeezed, other hedge funds are like, hey, I'll make that bet that Clover Health will go down, and then they short squeeze it or short sell it, and then once it gets squeezed harder, they cover their positions for a loss. And that is what has been happening with GameStop. Like, institutions were shorting it at $300-400 a share because it's justifiably not worth that. So why not? And then they have to hold it, or worst case scenario for them, get margin called and have to cover their position. So that is what I am looking at. This is what I see. Incredible buy volume, incredible catalyst coming up that could lead to a lot of good things with an undervalued company and a 28% short interest. This does look primed to go to $15 a share. I do apologize for some of that rambling. I think it's important to know why a short squeeze happens and the steps that lead up to a major short squeeze. But given the 28% short interest, the bullish catalyst that we had today, and the overall best volume we've ever seen, especially on the buy side, I do think this is going to at least $15 per share. And if you guys got anything useful out of this video, go ahead, hit the like button, subscribe, comment down below, do all that good stuff. And if you made it to the end of this video, I have a Discord link in the description where you can join over there. I send out all of my buy and sell alerts for stocks and options as soon as I make them, before I ever talk about them. So you have an invitation to that over there as well. I'm going to get out of here. You guys take care. I will see you in the Discord and in the comments down below. Peace out.